just like look out, go to different things, even if you're not sure what they are. There's a baby race.
So cute.
Your day at sea, you could win like, you know, little things. So go, register your baby. Just do things that you haven't done before.
Yeah.
Try everything out.
I agree. Disney Cruise Line does offer like special event cruises throughout the year. So currently they have the Star Wars Day at Sea, they have a Marvel Day at Sea, they have the Very Merry Time Christmas cruises, and then the Halloween on the High Seas. I've done 2 Halloween on the High Seas and I loved it. I thought it was so cute. I'm a big fan of like the not so scary Halloween parties here at Walt Disney World. It's not quite the same experience. They do a lot of the same music, so they have the parade music from Boo to You playing throughout the ship, and it is so magical. And like kids will dress up in their Halloween costumes, and then they do have like a little bit of trick-or-treating throughout. And then for the Star Wars Day at Sea, I myself am not a huge Star Wars fan, but going on a Star Wars Day at Sea cruise was really fun for me because they played all of the movies from like the first one to the last one every night of the ship. And then they also brought in someone who worked at Lucasfilm and talked about like what he did and where he sees like Lucasfilm developing, and how he was actually there before Disney purchased Lucasfilm. So he talked about how the changes were from before not being a Disney entity to after being a Disney entity. So it was just really fun to learn about it. I had to do everything that was new. So back when we were on the Magic in October, it was in that testing phase,
which was really cool.
It was so cool, of the Marvel Day at Sea. So it wasn't technically a Marvel Day at Sea cruise, but we did get to see like a lot of the characters. We would stay
freezing.
up. It was so cold, but we would go up at like, I don't know, midnight to the like pool deck where they have all the shows.
And we'd be like wrapped like mummies in blankets, and we'd have our hot chocolate, and we'd be sitting there like watching. They'd be like playback, and we'd be like,
yeah,
this is so cool.
So they were basically like doing a dress rehearsal of the show. So it was the exact same show. We just saw it kind of in a different light. So it was so cool. So take advantage if you guys are like a big fan of something in particular, like Star Wars or Marvel or whatever, like look into that because it is really cool. Me personally, I would love to see a High School Musical Day at Sea.
Please!
We've been talking a lot about Cataway Cay. So Cataway Cay is Disney's private island. It is quite possibly the best place in the whole entire universe. It is so beautiful the second you get off. So I always recommend, and again, if you're not like a big beach or, you know, pool person, I don't know if you would love Castaway. I know my friend that I cruised with last week, she's not a beach person at all, but she loved Castaway, just like floating in the water and everything. But I always recommend getting off, like you can get off the ship at 8:30, get off the ship at 8:30. You can go wake up at 7:30, go to a nice breakfast at Cabanas, and then just hit the road. So I always try to get off as soon as possible just to maximize my time at Castaway. So the first thing that I do is obviously take the towels. They always have towels for you when you get off the ship.
Smart.
So don't bring any from your room. You will not need them. They have the ones for the beach there for you. So I always take my towels and I just walk straight to the tram stop to go to Serenity Bay. So Serenity Bay is the adults only beach that is offered. It is literally stunning. I remember before I turned 18 and I had to go to the family beach. I didn't quite know what I was missing, but Serenity Bay is literally beautiful. So I try to go there immediately just to kind of have my spots set up for whoever I'm with. And just like sitting on the beach is the best, like especially when you're there early, it's so quiet. I mean, Serenity Bay is quiet in general, but there may be only like one person in the water at that time.
Every Castaway morning, there's a 5K run. There's a meeting point. It's either D Lounge or somewhere in the adult, one of the adult lounges. You meet there, you get your bib, they walk you off the boat, you're the first people on Castaway, and then you run a 5K. And then at the end, you get a medal, which is really cool.
Run Disney medal, from what I've been told. Yes,
it is a Run Disney, well, now they're rubber, because but they're still really cool. They have the ship on it, and it says Castaway 5K. I did one race just to have that medal, and it's like special. I'm glad that I have it. Mm-hmm. It's not, and it's a fun race, honestly. It's fun. I would recommend to do it like one time. Just remember to bring gym shoes. A lot of people don't, and then they're running in flip-flops.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
So,
it is the only free Run Disney event.
So something that people don't know is when you get off the ship, you really have no need to go back on. I remember one cruise we were on, we actually ran into some people that we knew from home, and they only did the beach like in the morning because they thought they had to go back on board to eat food.
The food in Cabanas on Castaway Day is the well, it's the
I didn't know
it's
this.
the worst option because like every day Cabanas changes and they have so many different things to eat, but everybody on the ship knows that you're getting off and going to eat at Castaway because there's 3 places to eat, so people eat there. So the food in Cabanas
is garbage.
Yeah.
So you don't have to eat on the ship. So definitely eat on Cataway Cay. So they have the 2 restaurants on the family side of the beach, and then they have 1 at Serenity Bay. So of course, obviously I'm a big proponent of Serenity Bay. So we always go to the Serenity Bay BBQ. You get off the tram and it's right there on your left-hand side. You go straight into the beach to the left to go get to Serenity Bay, and then to the right is where you go on the bike trails. Some of my favorite things to do are obviously sit at the beach. It's so beautiful, it's so nice. The past 2 times I've been there, the wind has been really bad, but last week the weather was actually really nice. Like, it was definitely warmer than it was in January. So I love just sitting there reading and just kind of experiencing the island, taking a nap. But usually around lunchtime, of course, go to Serenity Bay BBQ. They have hamburgers, hot dogs. They have a little bit of BBQ. I'm from the South, so it's more of like a cookout type thing. Ribs, steak, mahi-mahi. They do have a veggie burger, I believe, but the best things on Serenity Bay BBQ are the Greek salad.
Yes, the Greek salad is so good.
So definitely get a Big Island cookie, and all of it's made there. It's so good. My roommate got a ribeye steak. She said it was the best steak she'd had on the cruise. So just saying, like, Serenity Bay BBQ is where it's at.
The banana bread, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but we would get it as crew members as well, and we would literally like, we would be working on the island with our like shorts on, and we'd have like pockets full of banana bread. Like every pocket we had would be full of banana bread.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's so tasty. Yeah, it's very yummy.
Good. One thing that I love is bike riding. So my family, our very first cruise, we had read that one of the best things to do on Cataway is like a getaway package. So it's an excursion that you can pay for. It includes like the Stingray adventure over in the family beach, snorkeling equipment, and then a bike ride, and then a float, I believe. So it includes all of that, and I'm so glad we've done that now several times, and you can kind of pick and choose like what you liked the most. So out of all of that, like, definitely if it's your first time, maybe do the Stingray stuff. You get to feed a stingray. It's really cute.
It's fun. It's short.
Very short. Like, it doesn't take too long at all. Snorkeling, I love, but that's primarily at the family beach. They have their own snorkeling section. If you go early in the day, I would highly recommend doing that. If you go later in the day, the sand gets kicked up a lot, so you can't see a lot of the fish or the different like hidden features in the snorkeling area. The float rentals are nice too. You can get either a mat or an inner tube. But the best thing on Cataway, other than the food and the beach, is the bike riding. I love bike riding, especially on Cataway. It's so beautiful. You can go to several different places on the island, and just seeing like a different side of Cataway that's like not super inhabited. Yeah. So I usually will go, there's a spot kind of at the end of a bike path, and it's just the prettiest spot. That's where I want my ashes to be spread. Yes, the observation tower.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful as well. You can climb up to the top and you see the whole island, and it is just so nice.
And you can really only get there by the bike path.
You can walk, but it's far.
Yeah. And there are like so many different excursions to do on Castaway. Look at a list of them and pick something out. Do something, even if it's just like the $11 floats. Like, get the floats. Yes. Because it's so nice to just lay and float in the water. There are so many things to do.
They do have characters on the island as well that you can meet. One of the biggest sellers is like Captain Jack Sparrow. On my double dip cruise in 2015, he actually walked around Serenity Bay, so we just got a picture with him there. This past week he was out like at Marge's Barges area, so at the beginning of the island when you first get off the ship. So they're all in their like island wear. There is merchandise on Castaway as well.
No taxes on Castaway, which is great.
No taxes, and it's like Castaway exclusive, so they have things there that you cannot get anywhere else. Not the app, not the cruise, not anything. You have to get on Cataway Cay. So they have their own like shirts and mugs and all kinds of stuff. So if you want anything on Castaway, buy it soon. However, you can have it shipped back to the ship as well. You won't pick it up at your room, you'll actually pick it up in the merchandise location on the ship. So Mickey's Main Sail or whatever.
Yeah, and it'll be available for you after 5 o'clock, so you can just like go down to the shop and then grab it there, but you can only pay for things on the island with your stateroom card, which is the same as the ship, basically.
Yeah. I'm going to say a disclaimer. If your cruise does not go to Cataway, it's not like the end of the world. I remember I thought it would be so sad to go on a Disney cruise and not go to Castaway, and then I did it, and I really didn't think anything of it. Like when we went to Canada, it obviously didn't go to Cataway Cay.
True.
And of course you're like, I mean, I was sad ahead of time because I was like, oh, I'm not going to Castaway. But when you're in a different environment, like you're not thinking about how you wish you were on Castaway. If you don't go, like eventually go. So another really fun thing on the ship that Gianna and I both are like very passionate about are the shows. Each ship has their own like shows that they do every sailing.
I was a cast member on the Dream when Beauty and the Beast rolled out, and it was such a big deal. And now I've seen Beauty and the Beast on the Dream. We've seen Tangled on the Magic.
I think you've seen them all now.
I saw Frozen on the Wonder, and then Fantasy has
Aladdin.
I just want to say about the new shows that they're rolling out is that they are such a different level.
I agree.
Than all of the shows that they have had. And all of the shows are fantastic. But these new shows, Frozen, Tangled, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin, are just so next level and so incredible. And just like to be on a ship and to have like the level of acting and the level of like just like everything that happens in the stage, special effects, it's so incredible, and it's so like it is Broadway caliber.
I think for both of us, like we have our favorite show of all time, which is 1, 2, 3 Golden Mickeys.
Fun fact, me and Shannon are literally friends because of the Golden Mickeys.
Oh, that is true.
This is our, like, that was it. And then the first time we saw the Golden Mickeys together, I was like crying. Thank you for watching part 3 of our cruise line tips, and part 4 will be coming at you soon. This is the longest video of all time. We are very passionate, but thank you so much for watching. Happy TG Tuesday, and we will see you soon. Bye.